Grasshopper from Once Upon a More Enlightened Time by James Finn Gardner. In the world of the ancient Greeks, agriculture was still in a state of advanced rudimentariness. The farm ecosystems were diverse and healthy. As a result, the fields of wheat and grapes were filled with a variety of vigorous, forward-looking, and well-spoken insects. The most industrious of these was the ant. All summer long he worked in the hot sun, storing away grain and seeds in anticipation of a long winter. In that same field lived a grasshopper, whose life was very free from care, since he had long ago rejected the bourgeois, money-grubbing concept of making it. To him, the ideal existence was to enjoy nature in an unstructured and playfully exploratory manner. At other times, he would sing joyfully in the meadow. Chirp! Chirp! Thus, keeping alive the rich oral tradition of the grasshoppers. This alternative attitude did not go unnoticed by the ant. When he saw the grasshopper enjoying life on his own terms, it made every orifice in his exoskeleton cinch up tight. Look at that grasshopper, the ant muttered to himself, sitting around on his abdomen all day, singing his blasted songs. When will he ever show some responsibility? He's just watching me, waiting for the chance to jump me and take everything I've worked so hard for. That's the way it is with his phylum. For his part, the grasshopper was also watching the ant, but with an entirely different train of thought. Look at that ant, he mused, working so hard to accumulate his little store of grain. And for what? If only he would try to be a little more So the summer went. The ant, a quintessential type A personality, worked himself into a frenzy every day. But his selfish and socially irresponsible activity took its toll. He developed a peptic ulcer, had some scares with thorax pains, and lost most of the hair on the top of his head. In mid-September, his wife left him and took the pupae, but he scarcely noticed. In between naps, the grasshopper watched all this with detached curiosity. He also studied hatha yoga, scoured the area for the perfect cup of cappuccino, and taught himself to play the guitar. When the weather turned less congenial, he planned to go to Australia and do a little surfing. But winter arrived early that year, and the fields were quickly barren. The grasshopper went hopping about the field, looking for sustenance of any kind. He would have settled for a crumb, a husk, a bit of tofu. But nothing edible could be found. Soon he walked over, intending to ask the ant to share a little of his immense hoard. But as soon as he caught sight of the grasshopper, "Ah! What are you doing here? You've come to take my cornstalk, haven't you? Your type are all the same." The grasshopper tried to interrupt, but the ant raved on. "Don't say anything. I work hard for what I have, even if that might not be fashionable in some circles." The grasshopper said politely, "But surely, brother ant, you have more than you could ever possibly eat." "That's my business, and we don't live in some blood-sucking socialist state. Yet." "Get with the program, grasshopper. The only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary." I was planning to go to Australia, see? But the weatherlack changed. And all the food has disappeared. That's how a free market works, pal. Take a lesson. Forgive me, brother Ain't, but I've been obliged to say, like, I think you need to work on your karma. The aura you give off is full of negative energy. Look, you want to get all mystical on me? Then tell me, what's the sound of one bug starving? The ant and the grasshopper were interrupted in their fruitless debate by the sound of a cough. They turned and saw a huge mantis, bigger than the two of them put together. The mantis was at one time a praying mantis, but had been prohibited from such practices by court order. He did, however, retain a deeply spiritual side. And, the mantis asked, even though he knew exactly which one he was looking for. And I've come for an audit. With those 6 ominous words, the course of our story changes. Omitting the details of the audit and the ant's attempted flight to the Caymans, suffice it to say that the greedy insect's hoard was appropriated and put to more responsible community uses after he was enrolled in the correctional system. The grasshopper, meanwhile, thanks to government revenue redistribution and the ant's estate, has been directing surfing expeditions from that day to this day.